Hey there, welcome to our Saturday night show, Cryptids and Conspiracies. Got a brand new setup for me. It's going to be a lot smoother from here on out. Fingers crossed. Anyway, so let me bring on some co-hosts here right quick. We're going to start with this guy here.
If it's no Scottish, it's crap!
Welcome to the show, Mr. Cruel.
Well, hello there, Mr. New Laptop. How are you?
Going all right. Going all right. Wait. Well, it's like you were.
Good, yeah.
It's like you were saying earlier, unfortunately, you can see me clearer. So, it is what it is. All right. Okay. We're going to go with our next guest. Here we go.
Truly exceptional. And he had one thing you haven't got.
What's that, sir?
A great big bushy beard. Come on.
Welcome to the show.
I got my beard trimmed this week. I tried out a new barber, and he cut my hair short, which I liked, but then he trimmed my beard. I just told him to shape it. So,
there you go.
Not a big bushy beard anymore. It's just,
it looks a little less shaggy.
Yeah,
but,
I don't look like a homeless person anymore. People stop throwing food at me when I walk down the street.
Well, it's New York, so I mean, they're probably throwing more than the food. Anyway, so I guess we got to bring the last guy on, reluctantly, but here we go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Sir, nobody worries about upsetting a droid.
That's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. Wookiees are known to do that.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Wookie.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, already got a few comments over here. Let me cycle through them right quick. So, oh, yay. Time Prophet. Yeah, okay. It's our religion is evil.
Time Prophet in the house.
Question, everybody. Is any, show of hands who's shocked that Time Prophet has that opinion? Anyone? Any show of hands? Anyone shocked? Nope.
Oh, my goodness! Shocked.
All right, it cut short my time travel live stream to listen to the Mighty Wookie. Just the Wookie? Okay. It is what it is.
Why? If he could time travel, he should finish and then just travel back in time and nothing. There you go.
I know, right? There you go.
You got to learn how to time travel correctly.
Seriously, just take care of that stuff ahead of time. There you go.
There you go.
Anyway, hell, y'all. Hope you're having a blessed day. Hey, Zach Tan.
Hey, Zach Tan, how you doing? Good to see you.
Hey, Rex Blazer.
Hey, Rex, how you doing?
Good to see you. Oh, okay.
Hello.
Well,
Hello.
sorry.
Hello.
That guy popped up. All right. How evil are we talking, and how much of the Vatican? We're talking about Vatican as an entity, not necessarily Catholicism, but just basically the entity of the Vatican itself. We're not talking about the whole Catholic Church in its entirety from top to bottom. We're just talking about the figurehead, the organization there at the top. Speaking of cryptids, the ones that tends to interest me is Dogman. Just throwing it out. Yeah, Dogman is on the. He's on the agenda. All religion is evil. Was designed to control the masses. Fortunately, is losing its power.
He's that cute little children's book, Dogman.
Yeah, I think it means Michigan Dogman. It's not. Exactly,
I don't know where that book comes from.
Yeah,
I got it off Amazon.
Oh, okay, all right. And the deterioration of society is happening at the same time with the religion's losing its grip on society. Coincidence? I think not. But you're winning, Time Prophet. Congratulations, mahalo. You're winning. Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
There you go.
Win stupid prizes, right? I think everybody is fallen, therefore evil in theological sense. That's probably not what the premise means. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I'll say one thing for the Vatican. The previous Pope confirmed that JC wasn't born on Christmas Day. Debate is over. Christmas is a pagan winter festival. we covered that in December. At least me and Cruel did. Everybody else had something better
Well, that's
to do.
right. We did, yeah. That's right, yeah.
I can time travel. I am listening to this tomorrow. Okay, well.
You mean Krampus is not real?
We did Krampus too, remember? Or at least me and Cruel did. I think you laid out on that one too.
Well, I was there.
Oh, you were there. Okay.
I was there.
Dig deeper, you'll find a nastier religion scraping the surface with the Vatican. Padre. There you go. There you go. So I think we have a little bit of bias in the chat today. I'm going to go ahead and call that. But yeah, like I said, we are talking
possibly.
Well, we are talking specifically about the Vatican itself as the figurehead.
You froze up on my end, Bunny.
Sorry, I had to open up another window.
Yeah,
but yeah,
we're
we're talking about specifically the Vatican as an entity, as the figurehead. And let me open that up. Hold on. All right, got that. All right. So, gentlemen, any observations before we dive into the subject matter?
Well, I know it's pretty controversial and head scratcher.
Go.
What you got, Cruel? What you got?
What you got?
Yeah.
See, I scratched my head. Well, I actually watched the video a few weeks ago, I think it was, and it was about whether Israel today is the Israel mentioned in the Bible. And what the guy was theorizing is that the modern day Israel would be the Catholic Church. And there wouldn't necessarily be a rebuilding of the temple. There wouldn't be a rebuilding of the temple. And as such, the Antichrist might very well be in the Vatican City.
Okay. Yeah, I have heard that theory.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I definitely have heard that theory.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting kind of.
Well, we see what's going on currently at the Vatican.
Yeah, they put somebody from Chicago as the Pope. What a great idea!
And then he opened up the Vatican.
Didn't he make a decree that Chicago-style pizza was the one true pizza?
I don't think he's made that heresy yet.
I don't know if he's done that.
I just,
next thing you're gonna know, he's gonna say something silly like Scottish pizza or something.
Yeah. Well, I think the only heresy he's done so far is like that walls are evil, behind the walled city of the Vatican. But anyway,
haggis on pizza. There you go.
Haggis on pizza. That's impossible. You know what haggis looks like?
Why is no one thought? What?
Well, you can deconstruct it.
I've had it. It's lovely.
They do that on the Food Network.
Yeah, I'm sure you have had it, Curl. All right.
I heard Scottish pizza is just a beer.
Oh, right. There you go.
There you go.
That's pretty much the Scottish liquid diet. Yeah. The Scottish liquid diet. There you go. When I say dog man, I mean Cryptid looks like a werewolf but doesn't turn to human and likes scaring the crap out of people. Yep, that's the one. Michigan dog man. We'll get around to him one of these days. Communism, atheistic ideology has cut a lot of people. Monroe's religions. Yeah, agreed. It wasn't for the Vatican, we couldn't buy a pope on a rope in Britain. Okay. Antichrist is in DC. He's building a bail room.
Bail room. There we go. Yeah.
I'm going to correct you on that. If he was the Antichrist, then everybody would love him, according to the scripture. So I'm going to.
I know.
Say no.
I know.
When the Antichrist shows up, you're going to like him. Everybody's going to like him. That's pretty much written. That's the reason why he's the Antichrist. Anyway. The thing is, Hitler, Mao, Stalin wanted to rid the world of religion, kill more people in all religiously charged events, crusades, witch trials combined. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
No, the Da Vinci Code is bullshit. It's been proven over and over and over and over and over again that there's nothing in that book that's factual. It's completely fictional, made
That's all
up.
the film
There
was.
is no
All of it.
Leonardo code, but there is a Michelangelo code, and it has something to do with haggis on pizza.
Yeah. Once
Hey,
again, I'm going
it
to.
probably
There you
won't be
go.
too bad. You just got to add maybe some jalapenos or pineapple on it, and it might taste pretty good.
Well, I'm thinking now. We tie this to the Vatican. The Scots are
Pineapple.
Roman Catholic. We put potatoes on it because the Irish are Roman Catholic.
Oh,
What's a Spanish food? I don't know. And we put that. There we go. We have a Vatican.
Saffron. I don't know if it's saffron. I don't know.
olives.
Anyway.
Tatty pizza.
All right, even non-religious people agree the
Tatty
Da Vinci
pizzas.
Code is BS. Yes,
Mashed tatty
everybody
pizzas.
knows it's BS now. The new atheists went with it, but there's nothing to it. Absolutely nothing to it. Completely debunked. Everyone did love him. He got elected twice. Besides, there was more than one Antichrist, and BB considers him a prophet of sorts. Oh, okay. All right, it's okay. English or atheists, that's cruel. Not all of them.
No, that's not true. The English are Muslims.
Not all, but yeah. Some are.
They're embracing that.
That's a good
really
point.
well.
Yeah, they are.
They are now. I don't think it's voluntary, but
No, it's
mostly.
definitely involuntary.
Cooper, it wasn't
No,
voluntary
not right
for
now.
most of history to be a Muslim.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the Muslims don't. That's not exactly a voluntary
No.
religion. That's not like built into their.
Join or die. There's no option.
They have a very, I would say, aggressive evangelical way about them. Mainly join us or die.
Join or die.
Which has a high conversion rate. It has a very high conversion rate. Not a high retention rate, but a very high conversion rate.
Why?
Anyway, yeah. All right. As we're about to find in Iran, but I'm not going to go there. All right. So when we talk about the Vatican, we do have to talk about some of the dark history of the Vatican. And was one name in particular when everybody talks about the worst pope ever. There happens to be one name that pops up over and over and over and tops most of the list. So we'll talk about him right now. As soon as I pop this up. All right.
He turned the Vatican into a mafia stronghold, had mistresses in the palace, and may have even poisoned his enemies, all while being the Pope of the Catholic Church. This is not fiction. This is Pope Alexander VI. Arguably the most corrupt man to ever wear the papal crown. And the craziest part, he wasn't alone. Powerful families, secret assassins, and scandalous orgies, funded by the church's own treasury. We'll reveal who funded his rise to power, but it's not who you think. Born Rodrigo Borgia, he was never meant to be pope, but he was ruthless. He bribed cardinals, manipulated votes, and bought the papacy in 1492, yes, the same year Columbus sailed the ocean blue. As soon as he became pope, the Vatican transformed. It became a crime syndicate. He appointed his own children, yes, children, to powerful positions. One son, Cesare Borgia, became his personal hitman. The other, Juan, mysteriously vanished, possibly murdered by Cesare himself. Do you think a pope should have children while in office? Comment below. Your answer might shock you. Pope Alexander VI didn't just bend the rules, he obliterated them. He openly had mistresses like Venanza dei Catani and fathered at least 7 illegitimate children. Rome knew, and Rome was terrified. One eyewitness described the banquet of chestnuts, a Vatican orgy with prostitutes and clergy in attendance. This wasn't Da Vinci Code fantasy. This was historical record. The Pope watched it all happen. And yet, the Church did nothing. Why? Because he made them rich, selling indulgences, charging for forgiveness, and auctioning off church positions. Alexander VI turned sin into business. It gets darker. Rumors spread that the Borgias used poison to eliminate rivals. Cesare Borgia, his son, carried a ring filled with lethal venom, convenient for dinners with enemies. Enemies of the Pope? They either vanished or died mysteriously. Even cardinals who disagreed with him mysteriously fell ill. But then, the poison turned on him. In 1503, Pope Alexander VI and his son accidentally poisoned themselves. Some say it was divine punishment. Others believe it was betrayal. He died in agony. The Vatican was looted, and Rome, it rejoiced. If you had absolute power, would you stay honest or become like Alexander VI? Comment below. Let's see who's real. Today, the Vatican tries to bury this history. Alexander VI was never removed from official papal records. The church survived, but the scars remain. His corruption inspired the Protestant Reformation, changed how we view the papacy, and proved that even the holiest can fall to greed. History isn't just dates and names. It's scandal, power, and dark secrets. If this blew your mind, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this with someone who still thinks the church was always holy.
All right.
More like full of holes.
Yeah, there you go. Rodrigo Borgia, who's I think his mom was Lucretia, maybe. Anyway, they're very close.
I think Lucretia was one of his wives or something. But
okay.
But
All
I
right.
just point out that it was Cantranello was the name of the poison that he used. You
okay.
Gotcha. It seizes your respiration
Oh.
system. You kind of like suffocate in your own body.
Yeah, it was pretty heinous, and
Nice.
it looked like people just stopped being able to breathe.
But a couple of things: the Vatican is not trying to expunge his records. You know, that's just sensationalism. It's a matter of public record. People know about it. You know, I went to Catholic school and I learned about the Borgia popes. And
There you go. There you go.
You know,
So like somebody trying to gain the algorithm. Yeah,
right.
pretty much.
It's scandalous, you know. But
well, I've tried to. I kind of like sorted through a lot of the stuff today and tried to find some controversies that seem to have like some historical legitimacy. I didn't get all my video clips rendered though.
Well, World War II, you know, all that good stuff that the Vatican facilitated at the end of the war.
Right. We'll talk about that. So we're talking about Pope Pius the 12th. Go ahead.
I was waiting to say there's the pine cone. There's the big pine cone thing. I mean, that's supposed to go back to ancient Egypt and pagan kind of rituals and that sort of stuff.
Explain me what do you mean by the pine cone thing?
There's like a huge pine cone statue that is
okay
in the Vatican Square that's supposed to have been built by the Romans, and it's alleged that some sort of worship of some of their
it's like
gods.
Nero's circus. It dates back to Nero's circus. Is that what you're talking about?
The pine cone is Dionysus. Dionysus, god of wine.
Yeah, I think it was built by Nero.
And the Dionysus was one of the first Greek religions to have the mysteries, meaning you get initiated into it and you learn, and basically they recognize all the other deities, but you focus it on this guy, and this guy gives you secrets to go into the afterlife.
Right.
It's one of the when Paul went to Greece, basically it was a fundamental change where Christianity changed from a subsect of Judaism to basically a hybrid mystery cult, where you got a personal relationship with your deity and a path to salvation. So
okay, so you think Christianity is a cult? All right, check.
No. I'm just saying that things are influenced by everything else. I mean,
okay, all right. I get what you're saying. I was just trying to like ascertain what you meant by that.
Look, there's also,
Anyway,
there's also
first
the,
Pope
there's
early
also
park horror built the
Black
Vatican
Madonna as
for
well.
something to jump over. I'm going to say no. I'm
Well.
gonna say no on that one. Saint Peter is considered the first pope by Roman Church Orthodoxy, correct, John?
Yeah, Peter.
Okay. The first actual power, though, was the Roman emperor. Was it what's the Roman emperor that switched the Roman Empire over to Christianity?
Constantine.
Constantine. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, and so my personal belief is that the Roman Catholic Church is actually the remnant of the Roman Empire. And I believe that the Roman Empire didn't just dissolve like everybody, like people try to say. I think it just morphed into this entity that is now the Roman Church, or the Catholic Church. That's my personal belief. But
yeah, Christ took over the entity that killed him.
It's the same deal with the. It's the same.
mm-hmm.
It's the same. It's the same deal with the EU. A lot of people said that that's where the Nazis essentially went. They became the EU. So
I think it's good. Very good proof of that. Yeah. Keanu Reeves is John Constantine, which is a DC character and not part of this discussion. But thank you for playing. Anyway, so
well, the WEF, I think, is highly influenced by relatives of, Nazis and SS.
Well, I mean, when you got the guy that looks like the guy that was the head of the WEF for all those years, Hans, what's his name? I mean, the guy, he literally looks.
He looks like Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
He looks like
he even talks like a supervillain,
He even dresses. Did you see the speech he gave? He wore that silver suit.
Yeah,
I was like, this guy brought his own costume. Like if the EU headquarters arose from a swamp, it couldn't have been more on the nose.
The Legion of Doom.
The Legion of Doom. Vatican linked to the Masons.
Get any better than that, John? I'll tell you.
The Vatican and the Masons are not really linked. Now, the Vatican has links to, a subsect that's considered a subsect of the Masons, and that's namely the Knights Templar. But the Knights Templar basically date back to the Crusades. They were like the shock troops of the Crusades. Pretty
they were the
badass
Catholic Church's army.
Yeah,
they were the Catholic Church's army.
If the Crusades had like a special forces part of the army, it would be the Knights Templar.
They were answerable to the Pope until the Merovingian period, where they basically were killed by the Pope and the French.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Until the Pope, they threatened the Pope because they thought the Pope had been corrupted, and then they tried to wipe him out.
Yeah, the French they owed the French. Everybody was giving money to the Templars, so that the Templars became almost like a banking system.
Yeah.
I forget the French king, but he owed 2/3 of the Kingdom of France to the Templars.
Philip II, maybe.
Yeah, even if you told me the name, I would forget it. But he owed so much money. And then he installed his cousin as what they called the anti-pope, and the Templars were at a loss. Do we follow this pope, or do we follow the second pope? At one point, there was 3 popes because there was like a schism in the church. So the French king basically called them all heretics and basically said they were worshiping Baphomet and killed them all. And the last I forget what he was called, the last leader of the Templars, they tortured him. They burnt his feet off. And then in public, they made him wear his own feet around his neck. And I don't know if this is true, I wasn't there. And he said, within 1 year, if you kill me within 1 year, you, the French king, and you, the Pope, will be dead. And within 1 year, they were both dead, which added to the prestige, and they never recovered the money. So King Solomon's mines, the Da Vinci Code, all this stuff came out of that. Fascinating.
And there was also speculation
Look what I'm watching.
that I've heard that
There you go.
that the Knights Templar during the Crusade period had discovered and liberated from the Middle East relics, holy relics, what they deemed to be holy relics, and they were in their possession, and either didn't tell the Vatican or, said fuck the Vatican, one of the two, and just held on to them. A lot of things that were claimed to be in their possession. One of them being the Grail, whatever the Grail is, because there's all kinds of different stories about the Grail,
Right.
which is a vessel that holds, the blood of Christ. So whatever you want to make of that, that's
that might be one of the relics that they think is hidden at the Vatican, because there's a whole lot of relics that over the years kind of disappeared in that general direction of the Vatican. Now, except for the shroud, the shroud was never it was never in the possession of the holy of the Vatican. It actually was given to the Pope, not the Vatican, and so the Pope is the ultimate owner of the Shroud of Turin. But it's considered like he doesn't want to even mess with it. Most popes don't even want to acknowledge it exists for whatever reason. Whatever you want to call that.
Supposedly beneath the Vatican is like hidden libraries and stuff like that. And allegedly different things.
Allegedly, there's a lot of stuff.
But
down
there's
there.
three entities in the world where a lot of relics seem to disappear. The Smithsonian, the British Museum, and the Vatican.
Yep.
And so all three of those entities seem to acquire a lot of
stuff that just
these things
disappears.
Right.
Where did it go? We don't have any record of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You must be mistaken.
Okay. Secret
we
elite group.
We have top men on it. We have top men.
Yes,
top.
We're top men.
Top men. All right. Conspiracy theories linking the Vatican to Illuminati frequently. That secret elite church doctrine. Yeah. A lot of that's Da Vinci Code. A lot of that's Da Vinci Code, the rumor. For a while, the Vatican claimed a donation to Constantine got the Catholic Church, the Western Roman Empire. Most considered a forgery. Surely Jesus is the vessel holds all of his blood. Yeah.
The Vatican Library is not secret. It's open to anybody who makes an appointment. You could go there and you can actually see video tours of it. Now, if you want to allege that there's stuff that's not on the map, I don't know, but you.
There would have to be, considering, the Vatican, the depth of the Vatican, because the Vatican's actually was originally built on a hill, a hollowed out hill. So there's definitely underneath the Vatican quite a bit.
For the longest time, the Vatican Library was off limits to Protestants, but these days anybody can go. You can actually go to the Vatican.org and do a virtual tour of the Vatican Library.
There you go.
I do understand that a lot of people
Go
ahead. Go ahead, Carl.
Well, what's unique about Vatican City is the fact that it's actually literally its own little country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It operates with its own laws, its own rules. It's
oddly enough, that's only been since 1929.
And they are both. Yeah. It's got a king. There is a king of the Vatican. It's essentially the Pope. And the Pope and the King are one.
It's the same theory as a District of Columbia, in Washington, D.C. It's supposed to be separate from any other state, and it's its own thing. And it drives me nuts because one of my friends moved down there, and he's pissed off that he doesn't have a congressman. It's like you're not supposed to be living in D.C.
Right.
It's supposed to be temporary housing for all the politicians. You want a congressman, move to Virginia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, unless you're a Republican, you're no longer have representation in Virginia if they, get that done.
That's a whole other conspiracy.
That's a whole other conspiracy.
That's a whole other show.
We're not going to go there. All right. So, what happens if they forget to return a book to the Vatican Library? Or fine, maybe.
I don't think you can leave the building
no.
with it.
Vatican know where Tartaria is. Okay. Well, we did Tartaria. We did
I'm
Tartaria
sure they do.
a few episodes ago.
book
Disney
Crusaders.
World in Florida was treated as its own city. Yep. Yeah. Until recently.
Yeah, they were.
Until they screwed with the governor, and the governor like nixed that. That's another conspiracy for another
Yeah, he was
time.
like, nope.
Reedy Creek, look it up. But anyway, so
I know there's a lot of old, like centuries old writings and books and decrees and things like that are in the Vatican Library, and I believe that there's different, I shouldn't say levels, but different areas probably related to certain time periods.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just all jumbled into one whole big thing. I think they do have it segmented off a little bit because there's stuff there that's almost 1,000 years old as far as books and paper and things like that. They're very delicate and they want to try to
one of
keep
my
them
college
preserved.
professors, he went and he studied the Vatican Library, and he said he got a book. I forget. I wish I could remember the topic of the book. But he opened it up, and there was a gold coin, and the gold coin was 1307.
Wow!
And then he checked, and that book hasn't been touched since like 1310.
Wow!
So you know what I mean? That's just think about that. That book has been sitting in that library before the creation of the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Before the creation.
That's how old
of
a lot of that
States.
stuff is. It's just it's
4,000
incredibly
years or 400 years before the creation of the United States.
Yeah.
The area known as the Ager Vaticanus, the Vatican Field, is a pagan site west bank of the Tiber before building of St. Peter's Basilica. Yes, the Vatican is actually the name of the place where it was built.
Right.
Kind of like Golgotha, is actually the name of where.
I think
Hey,
it's the
John,
name of the
maybe
hill.
you know
It's the
this.
name of the hill, wasn't it?
You probably know this, John.
It's called-
The Constantinople, when it was created, was that supposed to be the new holy city, like Vatican, but for
Well, that's nobody's business but the Turks.
It's actually part of the
joke. What was the question again?
I say that the city of Constantinople, which is in Turkey, it's no longer called that. But it's I thought Constantine tried to make that the new Vatican City with a large church and things like that.
I think it was Diocletian that split the Roman Empire into the Eastern Empire and the Western.
Okay.
Just for purposes of bureaucracy, it just got too big. There was no email. It took so long, and so there was basically at that point they called them two Caesars, and then there was an Augusti. Think of it as like a high king and lower kings, and the Vatican was servicing the Western Church, and then Constantinople. And then after the Great Schisms, Constantinople, I think, became the head of the Greek Orthodox Church.
Let me do a real quick correction. They Might Be Giants is like the latest version of that song. You also have a version by Taco, but it's originally by it was popularized in the 1920s.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. So
I thought I got my Diocletians wrong. Okay.
No, you're pretty much right.
Now, is anybody Greek Orthodox? Because right, the Roman Catholics have the Pope, and the Greek Orthodox have the Patriarch, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there is an Orthodox funny thing out in the middle of freaking nowhere where I live. They just built, or they remodeled. Actually, they tore the old building down and put an actual not huge, but they put an Orthodox church, and it's got it right on the sign, Orthodoxy. Orthodox.
Well, yeah. Well, I live in New York. I mean,
it reminds me of Greek Orthodox, but I'm not familiar with it too much. But
where I live, you could there's a block away. You could go to a temple, a Jewish temple. You could go to a couple of blocks away. You could go to an Orthodox temple, an Orthodox Jewish temple, a Greek Orthodox church over there, some sort of Scottish church. I just hear lambs going bah all day long. There's a Roman Catholic, and then there's another Roman Catholic church that's only in Latin. I gotta say, I'm real interested in the Latin one. I want to try that out.
What about the Russian Orthodox Church?
Is the Orthodox Church the same? As I don't know. It's different. I don't know enough.
I don't know.
Well, the Orthodox is a denomination that basically is kind of like national. So everyone has like a national identity, I guess. Like the Anglican was basically the British Orthodox Church, and it's when it split off from the...
Which is now the Muslim Church now.
Yeah, which is now Muslim. But anyway.
The British Muslim Church.
There you go. All right. Before we get too much more trouble, let's... there's like 3 controversies that I wanted to bring up that I think have factual evidence behind them that might help us with our discussion. Let me play the first one here.
The Vatican is home to one of the oldest institutions in the world. It's also one of the most secretive, and many mysteries still surround its history and the people who still work there today. Number 10. In 1997, a nun working at the Vatican's Fabbrica di San Pietro archive noticed something was out of place. It would be another 18 years before the rest of the world found out about that mystery that to this day remains unsolved. The Fabbrica di San Pietro is responsible for maintaining and conserving St. Peter's Basilica, along with all the art that's contained within it. The archive contains documents from the institution's 500-year history, including records about the various artworks that have been commissioned and collected. Of the many artists who worked at the Basilica over the centuries, few are more famous than Michelangelo. The Italian artist's most famous work is located at the nearby Sistine Chapel, but Michelangelo was also responsible for the dome at the Basilica, as well as a statue of Mary holding Jesus after the crucifixion. Given this work, it's not surprising that the Fabbrica di San Pietro archives contain correspondence with the Renaissance master. It was 2 of these letters that were the subject of a strange mystery. When exactly the 2 Michelangelo letters went missing is unknown, but they were first discovered by a nun sometime in 1997. No information about the initial investigation has been made public. It wasn't until 2015 that the disappearance of the letters was revealed to the world. In March of that year, a former Vatican worker contacted the archive's president with a strange offer. He claimed to know where the missing letters were and was offering to help bring them back to the archives for a price. The exact price wasn't revealed, but Italian newspapers reported that he wanted somewhere between 100,000 and 200,000 pounds. After the ransom request was sent, the Vatican went public about the disappearance. They revealed that the 2 letters had been signed by Michelangelo. One was especially unusual. Michelangelo usually dictated his letters, but this one had been entirely written by his own hand. There's no information about what these letters were actually about, or who they were written to. They likely had something to do with the artwork housed in the basilica, or possibly concerned the dome itself, given their presence in the Fabbrica di San Pietro. According to experts, there was no way such letters could be sold on the open market. It was not possible to determine how much they might be worth without information about their contents and who they were sent to. Officials speculated the letter was likely stolen by a Vatican insider. Like many of the Vatican archives, the Fabbrica di San Pietro archives is open to researchers, but it would be difficult for a researcher to remove anything without being noticed. Whether or not the person who sent the ransom request is the same person who stole the letters is unknown. A Vatican spokesperson claimed they had rejected the ransom request, as the letters were stolen property. The Vatican police were now working with their Italian counterparts to try to get to the bottom of the mystery and recover the stolen letters. Unfortunately, since the theft was made public in 2015, there have been no updates in the case. Onlookers are left with far more questions than answers, such as why the letters were stolen in the first place if the sale of them would be impossible, and why the former employee waited so long before requesting money for their return. Unless the letters are recovered, it's unlikely any of these questions will ever be answered.
Okay, so that's a missing artifact. But Michelangelo's letters. So what in the world could be in those letters that?
I can't help but just picture like in Sesame Street, an
Yeah.
A and a B and a Q. Like these are Michelangelo's letters.
Right. I did see the pine cone that you were talking about, Cruel, in that video.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Definitely a pine cone. Definitely a little pagan symbol there. There's also an obelisk in there that was built by Nero. So, odd thing to have in there.
And there's a lot of Christianity in all forms has a lot of pagan, like a Christmas tree, Easter bunny.
We've actually debunked that in our video. So anyway, true, the Russians have all the Hartnell ones. Okay. It's still all about the Wookiee, I guess. I don't know. Is Wookiee even still here?
No, I'm a figment of your imagination.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Thanks for clearing that up.
Hey, anytime.
The Troughton episodes were actually erased by the BBC. Blame them. But anyway. All right. So.
Genius.
Yeah,
yes.
Definitely. And, and yes, we do have to admit that Scotland is also in Britain. So, yeah, confirmed. All right. You aware of that, Cruel? Were you aware of that? Okay. All right. Anyway.
I was shocked to find that out, yeah.
There you go. All right. So that one's kind of mild compared to some of the ones that I've uncovered. Let me play this one right quick. Yeah, let's play this one.
Number 9. There are some surprising artifacts that can be found within the museums of Vatican City, including a collection of ancient Egyptian mummies that were acquired in the 19th century. But in 2015, a new analysis revealed that 2 of those mummies were not what they seemed. Egyptian artifacts have been part of the Vatican since its conception. Ancient Roman rulers brought over even older artifacts from Egypt after conquering the nation. When the office of the Pope became more powerful, many of those artifacts were transferred there. After Napoleon invaded Egypt in the 19th century, Egypt mania hit much of Europe, including the Vatican. Artifacts from Egypt were stolen and brought from Egypt to be sold to collectors across Europe. In 1839, Pope Gregory XVI founded the Gregorian Egyptian Museum to house the Vatican's own collection. How each of the artifacts in this collection was acquired is unclear, but at least some of these did not come through official channels. The museum houses 9 full-body mummies, the ancient remains of Egyptians who lived thousands of years ago. The most intriguing of these were 2 small mummies, only 2 feet in height. They've been called pseudo-mummies and have fascinated experts for decades. Other than being very small, they have an unusual appearance, and Egyptologists have never been able to figure out why. It was speculated that the mummies may have been those of children or possibly falcons. Many examples of mummified falcons from ancient Egypt have been discovered, and it's believed these were used as offerings to the god Horus. In 2015, researchers were able to look beneath the bandages of the mummies housed within the collection, and they made some startling discoveries. The 2 small mummies were not those of children or falcons. In fact, these weren't full-body mummies at all. Examining the mummies with X-rays and CT scans showed that they were actually made up of adult bones. One was made from a tibia and fibula, the bones making up the upper leg, while the other was made from foot bones and vertebrae. The remains were from at least 2 different individuals, as one of the mummies included bones from a man and a woman. Further testing only made the mystery even stranger. Experts were able to date the linen wrapping the mummies and found that it dated back 3,000 years, making them authentic. But the bones inside were only from the Middle Ages. The scans also showed what experts described as a modern nail. The ancient wrappings were covered in a resin, which was commonly used in Europe in the 19th century. It was particularly popular in Britain, where it was used to give antiques a gilded coating. The mummies were not from ancient Egypt at all. Fake mummies are surprisingly common. During the period of Egypt mania in Europe, there was a significant demand for mummified remains. Some of these were kept intact in collections, while others were destroyed and turned into powders, which were believed to have had medicinal purposes. Unfortunately, it's unlikely we will ever know who was behind the fraud. The Age of the Bones suggests that a more violent crime didn't take place in the creation of the mummy. They belonged to people who'd passed away long before the resin used to coat their remains became popular. But that also means their identities will never be known.
Okay. So, it's like,
are we upset that they have fake mummies, or are we upset that they have fake mummies, or that the mummies are fake?
I think we're upset that the Vatican is like collecting this crap. You know.
I mean, are we upset that somebody tricked somebody? You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know
somebody
how
got
to
scammed.
prove the Vatican is evil. This just sounds like, oh yeah, there's an organization and there was crimes committed.
Somebody scammed somebody with those.
Right, somebody scammed anybody. Did the Pope kill somebody? Did all the Christians get together and kill somebody, and make bones, or did some fraudulent guy sell something to somebody and who didn't know better? I mean, I don't know what the
maybe
point.
somebody scammed. Did scam the?
Because you put 3 people in the room, there's corruption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's a few like what are some controversies like, you know, the whole Nazi controversy was pretty damning, I guess. Pope Pius II refused to like make any comment about what was going on in Nazi Germany, and intervene in any way, shape, or form. But then at the same time, you know, that there was also like Hungarian Jews that they supposedly went to the Vatican for shelter, and were accepted and distributed. So it would save their lives. But at the same time, you know, there's videos or there's pictures of Pope Pius actually shaking hands with Hitler and things like that.
Yeah, well,
having
shook hands with Stalin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, you know, that's one
we
thing.
all know how nice those guys are.
Oh yeah, great guys, great.
Oh yeah,
great guys.
Yeah. Fun at parties.
Hello, hello panel. Hello. Okay. So
hello.
The next.
We also have Charles Lindbergh was pretty much a Bundist. You know what I mean? Charles Lindbergh, the great aviator, he was going around saying we shouldn't fight the Nazis, you know, and he was talking about not ethical. I mean, keep in mind, we didn't know anything about concentration camps until
Time Life made Hitler their man of the year.
Right. I mean, and he was the most important person at that year. That doesn't mean he was the good guy or anything. He was just everything revolved around him that year.
They hosted the Olympics.
But Charles Lindbergh was saying, like, if we fight the Nazis, we're going to lose. And he was talking about the technology and their airfare, and you know, and then quietly they took his name off the billboards of his town. Yeah.
Well,
Hitler shook hands with the head of the Arab and Levant, work with them to get rid of. Yeah, I mean, hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah.
You know, we also made deals with what King what's his name? Because everybody says you're worse than Hitler. So a joke as I've always been is what's his name? The King Ludwig of whatever. He killed 1 million less people than Hitler, but nobody remembers him.
Right.
Yeah.
You're worse than King Ludwig. You know.
Well, I mean, Stalin
deals with
and Chairman Mao killed far more people than Hitler ever did. Far more people.
Yeah.
It just didn't racially, you know. He just killed willy nilly. He just killed political opponents. He didn't kill like a specific racial group, and that's why they're obsessed with the H word guy. But anyway, so so there's that. There's also there's several like
Hitler killed his own countrymen that happened to be Jewish.
Well, he also killed Christians. He also killed gypsies.
Yep.
He also killed homosexuals. He also killed
Poland.
He also
he was a eugenicist.
Right. He was a national socialist. He
Okay. Guess who he was inspired by? Margaret Sanger.
Right.
The writings of Margaret Sanger.
And keep in mind 30, 40 years earlier in Russia there was the Holodomor. We always harp about the Holocaust with the lowest body count. Out of all the Holocausts in the 20th century, the one with the lowest body count. I remember I was invited to a party of rabbis.
Right.
Why are you guys always harping about the Holocaust with the lowest body count? Let's talk about the Holocaust with the highest body count for once. Just imagine I was never invited back to the party.
Right.
Imagine
that.
Well,
they were invited.
They actually were. The Weimar Republic.
You're actually very wrong about this.
Yeah, the Weimar Republic actually had trans people in it.
Check out what's his name. What was his name? Charles Magnus.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, this is a good. This is actually a good point. This is actually a good point. That they were surrounded by the Axis powers. Italy was part of the Axis powers, and so they were located right in the middle of the Axis.
Right.
So that is
when
a
the
good
military consists of Swiss guys with halberds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can't blame the Vatican City for wanting to protect itself and stay silent or in a quasi-neutral position. The problem I have is what happened after the fall of Germany or Nazi Germany and Italy and the liberation of France. Once the Germans, pretty much said, fuck it, we're giving up, then the Catholic Church, whether they were blackmailed or what, they basically ran a underground railroad for Nazis, people who were escaping the concentration camps because they were guards.
Yeah, when
doctors,
the
things
coffers
like that.
of the Nazi party, Nazi Germany, when the coffers were like emptied, there's good information that money went through the Vatican banks.
Yeah. And then, now they were, as a side note, they were assisted through Franco Spain, but Franco didn't want them hanging around. He wanted to get them the hell out of the country quick. He wanted nothing to do with the Nazis.
And the place that they probably flew out of or were taken out of was a place in the Canary Islands.
Yeah.
That we also covered.
Yeah. It's all facilitated by, put this way. It was more than likely the Catholic Church was involved in smuggling a lot of these Nazi guys out.
Yeah.
Now, whether they did it, as a, hey, buddies, we're going to get you out of here, or it was like, okay, stop threatening me and we'll get you the hell out of here.
Well,
it's like,
don't know
for
the
certain.
indication is there was some blackmail involved.
There could have been some blackmail, yeah. But you know what? It's very easy. Hey, call that general, that crazy American general, and tell him we got so-and-so over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And watch how fast they'd have had freaking, U.S. troops over there. But
I mean,
that's
they definitely were part of the exit strategy, whether they participated
Yeah.
directly or whether they were used as
Right.
an apparatus. They definitely were part of that.
And they definitely knew what was going on with the Holocaust.
They kidnapped them.
That's been proven.
Brought back
And
to
they
Germany
didn't say one word.
Yeah.
Not one word.
Well, there's also the way they handled the what is the best way to say this word without getting our channel completely nuked?
Kraken?
Kitty diddlers.
Oh,
Uh,
yes, there we
the
go.
way they handled the
Yes.
priests who really
I
like
see.
the young
Yes.
people.
And you know, that's kind of funny how that started after they
PDS. We call them
decided to
PDS.
abolish the marriage of the priests.
Yeah.
When they abolished that, it kind of happened right about after that happened. And the reason why they did that is because they didn't want to have any kind of legacies in the church.
Yeah. Well, if you watch like the operations, it's like the something Spotlight, the movie where they uncovered the mass cover up of priests who were abusive, and that went all the way up to the Vatican. The cover up definitely led all the way to the Vatican, and things that were decisions that were being made, all the way at the top. And so that's been a scar on the reputation of the Roman Church for a long time.
I'd like to point out that every institution has that problem. Look at the Hasidic community.
Yeah.
Reports are going on of pedophilia as skyrocketing, and then once people get accused, they get sent off to Israel, which has some of the laxest PDF friendly rules in the world. Look at the teachers union today. How many every day, and it has nothing to do with whether you can get married or not. Look at all these married teachers,
right?
Abusing kids. Look. Congress has a slush fund to pay off sexual abuse. It's I don't know what it is. I think it's acts. First off, like look at the Boy Scouts. So like, yes, I think the Vatican. My problem with the Vatican was the way they handled it. Not that that had happened too, but it happens everywhere, unfortunately. But it should have been like, geez, we got to get rid of this.
Well, one theory,
one
theory I think was put forth earlier. Yeah. So that could be part of it.
Yeah, remember, Karl Marx says religion is the opiate of the masses, but Hollywood's not the opiate of the masses. Video games are not the opiate of the masses.
Right.
Everything that used to control people is politics. Progressivism isn't the opiate of the masses.
Well, the problem with Karl Marx saying that is the first thing that Marxism does is get rid of the religion and make the state the religion.
Right, and then that's
so if he thought the religion was a useful tool to sedate the population, then why wouldn't they embrace it?
Right. Somebody says, "Oh, it's easy to be religious because they just tell you what you want to hear." Yeah, be loyal to your wife, be modest, don't be a whore. Save your money, live frugally. That's all the stuff that we really
don't kill people.
Don't kill people. Control your emotions.
Famous atheist once said that
don't be an arsehole. There you
go. Why he doesn't believe in Christianity, he wants to continue living in a world that's inspired by Christianity.
Right.
Hitchens. Christopher Hitchens said that.
I mean, that's at the risk of getting Cooper's ire right now. That's kind of where I am. I'm not particularly religious, but I want to live in a Christian world.
Yeah.
Right. Look. I think someone else is kind of like that with Penn Jillette.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Penn and Teller's Penn Jillette.
It's fascinating. As much as I hate Bill Maher, I think Bill Maher is a pompous ass. He's coming around to this right now. He's
Well, I think when you see cultures being taken over by Islam, and see the difference between the cultures that are like ruled by Islam and the cultures that have a Christian worldview, whether they're ruled by Christianity but adhere to those principles, it's a night and day.
It's
really
like
night and day.
Everybody loves the Ramones. If you don't like the Ramones, I'm like, what's going on, dude?
Gabba gabba, hey, yeah.
Right. The Ramones said, we're rebels. We like to rebel, but we need a society in order to rebel against.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. So I guess Speaking of Marx, I can't help wondering if he ever started what he thinks would be different or something would take in his place.
That's a wonderful what if story. What if Karl Marx never existed? Like, would somebody else have come up with those ideas?
Well, Karl Marx was a nepo baby, and
working all day long. Karl Marx was able to come up with those ideas because he was leeching off his friends and raping his nun. I mean, raping his maid.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Karl Marx was a nepo baby, and every major proponent of communism ever since has been a nepo baby.
His own father called him a worthless person.
Yep. There you go. I don't. Of course, you don't like the band Time Prophet. You know, you're evil.
All right, now,
there you go.
Oh man, this isn't my channel. I almost blocked somebody.
I wish I could block him, but they won't let me. They won't let me block him.
He's a guitar player. That's why he doesn't like the band.
Okay. Christianity teaches the lying is wrong way. Islam is president allows them to lie.
I'll be more controversial. Look up the Frankism.
It's called Taki.
I'm pretty sure that they're not talking about the Marx brothers. They're talking about Karl Marx. So anyway.
Well, I can agree with Time Prop. I do like Harpo Marx better than Karl Marx.
Yes.
Groucho all the way. I'm sorry.
Harpo and Chico with me. I'm
sorry. I'm a Groucho guy all the way to the wall. Anyway. So okay. So let me check my let me check my poll right quick.
Turn off your camera if you're going to do that.
Check.
POLL.
Oh, okay.
Poll. Yes, I'm going to check my poll.
Oh, you see what you started? You get them turned on.
What the hell?
All right. Okay.
All right.
Did I not put the poll in there?
Oh my God! Cam crash course. Listening and eating a porterhouse steak with a side.
All right, Cam.
There you go.
Okay. So I've got 3 votes, and all of them are confirmed.
Nice.
I'm going to end my poll right now, and I have 6 votes. And what I have 6 votes. I've got it. I'm pretty sure I got 4 votes for confirmed and 2 for in the middle.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that's 5 votes for confirmed then?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I mean, you showed videos that just showed like crimes. That's like, you go to Mesquite, Illinois, and you pick out 4 crimes, and then you say Mesquite, Illinois is evil.
Well, I had one talking about the CIA getting involved with the Catholic Church over JFK, but I never got to play it. So.
As far as like the Vatican not coming out and speaking about Nazi Germany, I wish the modern Vatican would shut the hell up about world politics. I to talk about spirituality and things like that.
What they're doing
about governments and politics of the time.
Yeah, and then the kowtowing to, Islam and having prayer rooms and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know, I can understand if you're going to get together with other religions. And
we're talking about open borders when you have a walled city. It's a little disingenuous.
You have a city-state that built walls.
I know.
Telling America that they can't have borders. So I grew up Roman Catholic. I was an altar boy, and even by the nuns, we talked about how some of the popes were evil. Yeah. Like, oh, that pope, he's burning in hell. I remember Sister Teresa saying, I love when non-Catholics start telling Catholics what Catholics believe. Like you guys believe the Pope is infallible? No, we don't. We never did.
No.
You look at the Malefice. At one point, the Pope demanded that we believe in witches, and then 100 years later, the Pope says there's no such thing as witches.
Yeah.
Right. what did you say, Girl?
Yeah. Which Pope was it that was? I was going to say, which Pope was it that was supposed to be doing like witchcraft and demonic
Rodrigo
and stuff? There was supposed to be one.
Rodrigo Borgia.
Yeah, after the fact, it was alleged.
There was a whole clerical underground. Yeah. Most of these necromantic books that we have in the Vatican Library or over in Berlin were written by Catholic priests. But also keep in mind, most of the books up until like the 15th century were written by clergy, whether it be Protestant or Roman Catholic, or I'm sure Greek Orthodox. That's one of the things we didn't talk about. The whole concept of hospitals is created by Roman Catholic Church.
Yep.
How many universities? When I forget the name of the Muslim invader, we took a bunch of books and manuscripts, sent them to Ireland, and Ireland, like the monasteries, the Catholic monasteries in Ireland, preserved a lot of these things. The whole concept of individual rights. Look at the non-Christian world. The scams, lies, everyday like the people rape. It's and that's all. Whether or not you want to say the Catholic Church or I'm gracious enough to say Christianity. That's all. I think the overwhelming good of Christianity, and I'm not zero focusing on Catholic Church, but I think Christianity has made the world a better place. And I think Roman Catholic Church, the Protestant, they both have great points. I think they sharpened each other. When the church was getting corrupt in a time period when the firstborn son got all the money, the secondborn son became a military person, and the thirdborn son became a priest, whether he was religious or not, that's going to destroy. People didn't choose to become priests and bishops and stuff. They were forced into it by family obligations. Of course you have corruption.
Well, I also I want to point out that multiple controversies that really smeared the Catholic Church in recent years have turned out to be hoaxes.
Oh, okay.
Like the unwed mother burials, they turned out to be completely false. But that was like nonstop in the news in England, especially. The BBC just could not get enough of that story.
And they said in Canada, all the Indians buried under
that turned out to be a complete hoax too.
Yeah.
The extent of the Spotlight story, the same Spotlight that supposedly broke the news about the Roman Church covering up these abusive priests, has also turned a blind eye to a lot of other stuff that's even worse and more heinous. And so it even that movie just, plus the fact it stars Mark Ruffalo. I mean, but anyway. Biggest hypocrite that's ever lived. But the thing about it is, though, is any organization that has the impact that the Catholic Church does, and it has a massive impact. It controls a gigantic chunk of the world's wealth. But at the same time, when you look at the amount of charity that they also control, and the work that priests and nuns do in the communities all across worldwide. I mean, Mother Teresa is just she was kind of an entity of the press, but her work is undeniable. But the thing about it is, though, is the Catholic Church, the impact of the Catholic Church as a whole is one thing. The Vatican as an entity, though, I'm not
a fan of Washington, D.C. I grew up Roman Catholic. I reckon any place where you concentrate power, there's going to be corruption. And if anybody thinks that look at the Buddhists in Tibet. They all got chased out when the Chinese invaded. And now the people are going back to they're finding torture chambers in the bottoms of these monasteries. The Buddhists, everybody. Once you got power, it's unfortunately power corrupts.
Yes.
And the Vatican,
absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Right. And for all the wars in Europe, one of the things that remained constant was people's faith, and the Vatican was, for the most part, the stability, and it became corrupt. It became a world power when it was supposed to be an unworldly power.
Right.
And bad things happen. And Roman Catholics, we don't like it, but we realize that's just what happens. And we suffer through bad popes. And
that story turned out to be debunked. Time Prophet.
Well, I wasn't reading. Yeah.
The Mother Teresa story. It turned out to be a
And there's
good
a
one.
whole bunch of. My mother met Mother Teresa, so I'm kind of a.
Yeah.
I'm one of her defenders. You know, she was a focused woman, and people raised money in her name, and the money got spent and stuff like that. And this woman had no freaking clue what was going on.
No, a lot of things were done in her name that she had nothing to do with. She was too busy helping the poor and occasionally doing interviews, and everybody was doing stuff in her name, and she later got smeared with it.
Right. So I'm, you know,
I mean, people like Time Prophet is a good example of how good they did good of a smear job they did.
I'm going to say the Vatican is not evil. The Vatican is just another worldly power that is filled with flawed, corruptible human beings, and it's done some good and it's done some horror, but like it's, you know.
Well, there's one thing about it. There's one thing that I don't think can be denied. Over the course of centuries, the Christian religion, whether it's Catholic, Protestant, Orthodox, has formed Western society.
Correct.
Europe, the Americas, and it's basically formed civilization as we know it through history and things like that.
Yeah.
Where other countries or other areas of the earth are not as civil, you know, and it's an incredible thing, and mostly done by white people.
Yeah.
I don't see mass fluxes of Americans going to Zimbabwe.
No.
And there's a reason.
You don't.
There's a reason for that. And, you know,
they try to say Somalia is just it's beautiful.
Somalia built
paradise. And it's like,
did you know Somalia built America? You know,
they did. Oh, that's right.
Washington
was that after World War 11? Was that after World War 11?
World War 11.
Anyway.
You know, it's ridiculous. And at the risk of sounding like a crazy conspiracy person, and yes, I'm a crazy conspiracy person, who runs the media? And why is all the movies about the Vatican?
Right.
Yeah.
They're all of them are universally evil. I mean,
I've yet to see a movie about the Holodomor,
except for The Exorcist, which is actually William Friedkin actually set in on the exorcism when he wrote that.
You want to hear something interesting? I've been talking with a Mormon guy. The Mormons are big on exorcisms too. I had no clue.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And for all I know, maybe this guy is the one Mormon that's into it. So don't take my word as truth. You know?
Yeah. Well, the name's the power's in the name, not the religion. So I think it's entirely possible. If you have your belief in the right thing. But I mean, that's a good example. I mean, no other organization in the world has such a big exorcist that actually train exorcists.
Pope John Paul the second was an exorcist. Oh, and I will say this. My favorite pope was John Paul the First.
I love John Paul. Yeah,
John Paul the First. He started investigating the finances of the Vatican, and then all of a sudden he died.
Yeah.
And he died, and he was not embalmed, and he wasn't buried in a casket. They basically threw him in a dirt hole so that there's no remains of him left.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I'm again.
Conspiracy.
I side with the Roman Catholic Church, but I'm not blind to its flaws.
We're talking about an organization where they had a pope that actually dug up the previous pope and put him on trial.
Correct.
Yeah. So I mean,
there was popes at one time, and they all raised armies and fought with each other.
Yeah.
But see, also the Crusades also produced somebody named Baldwin the Fourth.
Yeah.
And he's
Baldwin,
kind of nobody talks about him. Nobody talks about him, but this kid with leprosy actually kicked Saracen's butt more than once. And the only thing, just a kid
I'm not making any
with
noises.
leprosy kicked Saracen's butt twice.
That's not me.
That's
anyway.
me. I'm sorry. I thought I muted my mic.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm saying that in
that makes me hungry
in their
now.
desire to smear the Crusades, they've covered up some incredible stuff that I wish was more common knowledge.
Yeah,
But
the first couple of crusades were necessary. I don't care what anybody
yeah,
said.
they were. There's no doubt in my mind.
When
I mean, remember the
when
first
you were
crusade.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, Earl.
when you were mentioning the formation of our society and things like that, one of the things that helped that was the Gutenberg press that elevated our education, our religious teachings and stuff like that. That was all
The Gutenberg
reformatted
Bible.
into paperbacks and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, the Catholic Church trying to suppress the
The-
Bible from being in every ordinary people's hands was definitely a dark
yeah,
moment in history. Gutenberg, what happened to him was definitely one of the world history's greatest tragedies. It's just
Time Prophet
awful.
says when they get a pope, he's always really old. Well,
Yeah.
you got to rise up through the ranks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're not just going to take
Yeah.
some guy who's been a priest for 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's a political office, just like all the presidents
Yeah.
are.
No Time Prophet. That didn't happen in the Crusades. That was not as something that happened in the Crusades. Anyway, it happened. It happened, with the witch trials and things like that. It happened to Joan of Arc, but that wasn't an atrocity in the Crusades.
And if they did, it was only Muslims, so it's not like it was people.
Yeah, it's only Muslims.
wait.
So they don't count.
Say
They don't count.
Evil.
So I'm gonna say in the middle for me. I think it's just too complex to say. They're definitely not righteous and entirely, but I don't think they're evil per se. I think they have evil people in them in the Vatican, but I also think there's really good people that are trying to do the best they can. And any kind of bureaucracy, you're going to have the people that are actually trying to do the work, and then you got the ass kissing, ladder climbers that seem to succeed all the time. So I'm going to say, to me, the Vatican is Vatican evil. I'm going to say it's in the middle for me, and so I'm going. How many in the middle did you have, Wookie?
I just scrolled.
I think you
up.
said 2 in the middle.
There's 2 people, 2 in the middle,
Okay.
and 4 for confirmed.
Okay, so 4 for confirmed. So I'm adding mine to in the middle, so that'll be 3 in the middle, and 4 confirmed. Okay, I'm gonna go around. Wookie, what do you think?
I'm gonna say in the middle. I kind of agree with John on the fact that it's like any other large organization or corporation or government.
Right.
You're going to have a little mix of both, and corruption corruption seeps in through all the open cracks, and after a time, people they succumb to, blackmail and stuff, and it's a shame, but it's the way it goes.
Actually, the Muslims did that. That wasn't the Crusaders. Look again. Anyway.
So yeah, I'm in the middle.
Witch
in the
trials,
middle.
America did burning at the stake. They just hanged people. They did burning at the stake. They did dunking, and they did hanging too.
Monday
They
night
did
oil
all of them.
burnings.
All
Oh
those
yeah.
things. First crusade, taking the city. Crusaders burned Jewish residents' main synagogue. You're gonna have to give me the reference to that because I have no idea what you're talking about there. But I'm willing to learn. I guess I'm in the middle, so that'd be 4 for in the middle, including Wook and me. So we're even. So it'll be 4 confirmed, 4 in the middle. What do you think, Roel?
I'm so glad you asked. Well, I kind of tend to edge towards the Mel Gibson theory of the counterfeit church. To be brutally honest, I'm not going to sit here and say that it was always evil, but I think it possibly is now. Much like our politics and everything like that, I think it's all just become a cesspool. To be brutally honest, so that's kind of where I land on it. So I'm going to go.
You're
confirmed.
confirmed then.
I am, yes.
Okay. All right.
Shocking,
Okay,
yeah.
John. All right. So that's 5 confirmed, 4 in the middle. What are you thinking?
It's not evil in the slightest. It's just a group of people. It's like saying is the U.S. government evil? You know, it was formed on great ideals, and then it was it was filled with corruptible people. Like, in order for the Vatican to be evil, you need to prove to me that it was founded on bad principles. It was, you know what I mean? What it was an institute. Is Harvard University evil? You know, is you know, whatever is any institution? Show me the founding principles behind this. No, it's not evil, but it's filled with flawed people. You know, is Goldman Sachs evil? Is you know, Times Square evil? No, it's silly to say that it's evil.
Okay. So you're going to say debunked. You think it being evil is debunked. Okay. All right. I'm assuming you were saying debunked then.
Oh, yes. I thought it was clear. Yeah.
Okay. Well, because you didn't say in the middle, so there's no tie. If there was a tie, then I could confirm. I could say the panel panel breaks the tie. So I guess I'm gonna have to go with confirmed. So Time Prophet wins. So there you go.
Oh my goodness.
So Time Prophet wins the day. There you go. Sometimes the bad guys win. Anyway. All right. I will look that up, Time Prophet. All right. Inequality.
Is it? I could change my vote so he doesn't win if you want.
Evil is evil no matter how it's presented. No, you gave your honest vote. It's just that's what we do here.
Well,
we try to call balls and strikes. You got to vote strategically, John. So that's actually anyway. But okay, so today the panel pretty much had 3 to 1. Actually 2 to 1 and 1, and then so the vote mattered. So that's why we put the poll in the chat. It's because your vote matters. You as our viewer, and we honor you. We respect you, and if you guys outvote us, then you get the day. So that's what happened this week. I will say this, that as in totality, I do think that the amount of good work that the Catholic Church does justify its continuance. I do think that. You get more people in the chat. Wiki Fever has his camera on. Okay.
I'll say that if Cooper was to turn his camera off, we would also get more people.
That's entirely
Thank
possible.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
He finally got the static out of his feed with the new laptop.
No, this is good. It's not jumping in and out.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer delaying. I no longer have a fuzzy image, and you guys are just wrecking me over the coals.
Nope.
But anyway, why did I spend all this money to improve my get up? I swear. Anyway.
Well, like I said before, it makes you look
gosh,
10
I
years
gotta
younger.
myself
That
back.
good camera.
Well, I hear you. Usually fuzzing makes you look younger, but anyway. All right, gentlemen. You guys have a topic for next week, or
in 2 weeks
or 2 weeks? Yeah, week after next.
Is Muhammad Baphomet?
Oh shit!
We'll go through like. How about Michigan Dog Man? That won't get us
Let's go with the Michigan Dog Man.
and murdered.
I like that one better.
All right, Michigan Dog Man. Girls were cowards. Go ahead, call me a coward. I'm a coward. Okay, anyway.
That might have to be a rumble stream.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it is what it is. All right. So Rex gets his wish. Dogman. Yeah, we're gonna do Michigan Dogman.
Michigan
week after
Dogman
this.
in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Dog
So we'll do
man.
that. I've got some. I've actually got some pretty interesting footage on that one already. So we'll have some fun with that one. Anyway, Dogman Rises. Okay.
Nice.
Looks like we got some fans of that one. We got some fans of that one. I'm wondering, did your buddy who suggested the lines the last one we did he ever looked at it?
Me?
Tony, did he ever see it?
I don't know. I have no way to contact him. He just shows up on YouTube. I don't have his.
Oh, okay.
I don't have his. He's not on social media, so he just shows up on YouTube every once in a while. Matter of fact, I have some things I wanted to tell him.
Right.
I can't get in touch with him.
Okay. Well, hopefully when he shows up, I'll be able to ask him next time. Anyway, thank you all for coming. This has been Cooper for Telepathic Binding Comics over here with Wiki Fever, Mr. John's Long Box, and the Mr. Cruel Barab, our resident Scotsman. And we will see you week after next.
Yep.
And Michigan Dogman's going to be the next one.
All right.
And we will see y'all there. So.
Bye, everyone.
We could turn it into a clobbering time. Who would win in a fight? Bigfoot or the Michigan Dogman?
There we go.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one. Brute force versus speed and
There we
claws.
go.
That might be interesting.
Oh,
Anyway. Fun stream, guys. So thank you. Appreciate it. All right. We'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.